Black supremacist, Natty ICC, and I wanted to make this video to talk about how people only respect nature when it comes to money or homosexuality. That's the only time a lot of you talk about nature. And I noticed this because I hear people say things like the laws of nature, or it goes some this or that goes against the laws of nature, and you're usually talking about that in reference to some type of sexual act, right? Or when it comes to, of course, money, right? Then all of a sudden everybody should pay attention to nature and these laws of nature that I guess are written on the trees and the blades of grass in the forest, that you all don't go out to go and see because you're busy making money and worried about people's sexual activities. So of course it makes no sense, um, especially when these same people who are talking about what the laws of nature are also the types of people who will be ridiculing or finding pleasure in making fun of people that do get out in nature and that do are one with nature, um, embrace their more natural side, aren't afraid, aren't ashamed of their body, their natural sexual desires and urges, um, who don't look at sexuality as some damned degraded base root chakra, or you know that you shouldn't ever dare embark upon, or you know dwell in for any period of time, because that means that you are unrighteous, or you know whatever theological explanation you have for why you shouldn't enjoy sexuality, or of course which is related to nature and pan and all that. All this shit is very ob- objectional uh, to especially a lot of people in the conscious community, which is a shame, because I don't know how you find yourself to be someone who is growing in consciousness and becoming enlightened, when every time you deal with something of the sexual nature, which I don't know how you really uh, remove sexuality from a lot of experiences, but every time you deal with it, you find a way to discredit it, or to say that it is unnecessary, or that it is wrong. You know, when if you really look at nature, for those of you who want to look at the laws of nature, nature really doesn't give a fuck about the laws of nature. Nature will sleep with um, young uh, animals of the same, I guess, species and whatnot. Um, Nature will shit anywhere and piss anywhere, so it doesn't care about your gender laws. It doesn't care about which bathroom is being used, like King Noble said. Nature is not worried about whether or not your chakras, you're dwelling in the red chakra or not. Nature gets it on when it wants to get it on, right? And mainly nature is not concerned with money, right? It's not distracted. So the number one rule of nature, for all of you who are claim to be adherents to the rules of the laws of nature, it would be to give up money, to give up materialism, right? To give up capitalism and this quest for uh, all this fortune and fame, especially at the expense of the being liberated and free. Nature is free. You all talking about the laws of nature. You're not free. You're not getting into where being free is at. You are locked. You are on lockdown. Your chakras are on lockdown, and not because you're having sex, because you're not opening up your consciousness. You're not embracing uh, true tranquility and bliss and freedom that nature holds for you. There's a lot out here that y'all are just not going to be able to experience, because you're so busy, chasing that paper, and you hate you. It's like it's a self-hating activity, because when you see other people get the money and do the things that money leads you to doing, bleaching your hair like Little Kim, selling out like a lot of people in the conscious community, chasing this dollar, you all want to pretend as though you're condemning them when you really wish you was in their place. That's why, you know, I can see the I can see what the money thing does to you, and you can also see where it is that people with money are trying to go, but they can't yet get there because of the limitation of money. And you can only do that if you are truly free. So you all should let go of that, and stop pretending as though you respect some type of laws of nature that only you know about and only people who don't get into nature know about. Black supremacy. Join the website kingnobleuncensored.com, and donate, subscribe. Black supremacy.